Hello and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. Coming up in this episode, we have another look at the Betfred Women's Super League, and this time the North Division. We look at John Bateman and the possibility that it could be available for all Wigan England games. And Bevan French excites Super League, and he's excited Wigan more by signing a new deal. So I'll begin today with the news that England international John Bateman may be heading for a big ban due to the incidents that happened against Leeds, where he did a late shoulder hit on Aidan Caesar during their semi-final against Leeds. Has been referred to tribunal to see what is an appropriate ban for the England second rower. Bateman, who is a favourite of Shaun Wane due to his experience of playing under the coach, as well as having NRL experience for playing with the Canberra Raiders, was going to be a cert for the England squad for 2022's World Cup. But after the incident against Leeds, he was charged with a Grade D ban, a strike with the hand, arm or shoulder which was reckless to an opponent. This, as I said, has been referred to tribunal and could lead up to a 5-game ban as a maximum and a 3-game ban at minimum. This was surely going to be a blow for Shaun Wane, as he would be without one of his key players for the group stages of the Rugby League World Cup, or at least 2 of them, due to their England international against Fiji being able to be counted as one of those suspension games. But there's been a bit of a curveball, shall we say, with England's processes, as there has been an announcement today, well yesterday, regarding the England Knights squad, who have 2 friendlies coming up, one against France B and one against Scotland. John Bateman has been named in the Knights squad for those 2 internationals, with 5 other of his England teammates, like, as you see here, Kai Pearce-Paul, Oliver Partington, and others, just Sam Halsall and Morgan Smithies. There's only one more, I'll just name them. Ethan Havard. Anyway, I digress. So, he's been called up into the squad. If he gets to play and train with the squad, it will be a fantastic experience for the rest of the England Knights as well, because they have someone with NRL experience mixing it up with them. Even if it is just in a ceremonial stance, but his ineligibility to play because he was banned for those 2 games could see the Fiji game at the AJ Bell Stadium being the last game of his ban, freeing him up for the World Cup opener against Samoa. If this is to work, England will need Bateman to only receive a 3-game ban, so that he doesn't get the maximum, because if he does, he misses the aforementioned game against Samoa, and also the game against France at the University of Bolton Stadium. It's a good trick if they can pull it off, and hopefully Bateman only gets the 3-match ban so that it can work. But there are many comments that are out there really disputing the implications that this could bring, that they're just flaunting disciplinary action and getting it around it by having players banned for the playoffs. They may be right, but they have to do it. They have to mention that for every single international team that are going to try this sort of route to get banned players there out of the way. Shall we just put it that way? One such example of this is France, as Romain Navarre is banned for 1 game also, and he would have missed their opener, but thanks to their friendly against the England Knights, he's been called into the France B squad and would be available for the World Cup after he has served that ban. But what do you make of the entire situation? Please put in the comment section below what your thoughts are. Do you think it's ingenious? Do you think it's a bit cheating? Or I'm just not bothered? At this point, I just want to see Rugby League World Cup kick-off. It's been over a year in the waiting for the kick-off, so let's slip the dogs a walk. So, Bevan French has signed a new 2-year contract with Wigan Warriors until at least the end of 2024, with a further 2-year option available, but we're not sure whether that's the club's decision or the player's decision to extend it. Anyway, it is a man that Wigan wanted to sign and extend a contract and keep in at a club, as he's had a fantastic season. He began with a 7-try blitz against Hull FC, which is a new Super League record, and which was him being subsequently named as Super League's top scorer with 31 tries in 2022. He was also the top try scorer back in 2020, so it's an award that he's used to picking up. I am very happy to get it sorted. It's been a long process, but I've got an opportunity to stick around and hopefully win some more silverware along the way, French said. It was things outside of rugby that we had to get into place for this to happen, so I'm very grateful it's done now. My family was a big reason for going back to Australia. We're working it out where my brother can come and spend some time over here. Looking after my brother first and foremost was the main priority, and for him to come over and experience rugby league, Wigan, and the community. I'm really looking forward to creating some memories with him. French has 2 brothers, Luke, who is an outside back, and Dion, who is a lock forward, and with them being family, of course you want to see your brothers and experience rugby league in the UK. Ever since arriving at Wigan midway through the 2019 season, the fullback turned winger has lit up Super League. He's born in New South Wales. The former Tingard Tigers RLFC junior played 47 games for Parramatta before making his switch to England, where he has become a fan's favourite, scoring spectacular tries with speed and skill. The Australian's first full season with Wigan in 2020 saw him win his first piece of silverware, the League Leaders Shield. That year also see French pick up a number of individual honours, including the club's Players Player of the Year and Player of the Year, as well as the Rugby League Writers and Broadcasters Association Player of the Year. The following season was cut short for French after he suffered a hamstring injury in May. He returned home to Australia a month later to complete a rehabilitation whilst looking after his late mother, who was battling a long illness. After exercising an additional year that's option, the 26-year-old returned to Wigan in 2022 and was back on the field after 10 months out. He came off the bench to play against Hull FC at the DW Stadium at the end of March. Since then, French has featured predominantly on the wing, where he has had great success. It was only 24 games where he scored those 31 tries. And during his time at the club so far, he has posted 57 tries in 58 games. This standout season has seen French win his second trophy with the club after featuring in the Challenge Cup final victory over Huddersfield Giants, before breaking a Super League record with most tries scored by a player in one game, as he scored 7 past Hull FC. Those 7 helped French become the club's top try scorer this campaign. His 31 tries and 16 assists in Super League this season saw him named in the Super League Dream Team for the second time, as well as the league's top try scorer. And now French has committed to feature his future for Wigan by signing that 2-year contract with the 2-year option. It's exciting times ahead. Looking at the squad, it's very exciting and I'm really enjoying my time here. My first couple of years was quite tough with things going on back home, COVID and the injury. It makes you question what you want to do in life. Wanting to continue playing or whether focusing on spending more time with family. A lot of credit goes to the environment that I was in and being around here. Everyone looked after me. It's a brilliant place to be around. This year was my first proper year. I got to experience everything in the normal way and I really enjoyed it. Hopefully I get to make more memories over the next couple of years. Now we come to part 2 of our review of this year's women's game. As a game, we look at the tournaments that took place in 2022, all with their laser focus on playing in the Rugby League World Cup. Now, we did the South yesterday, and like that, for the Norths today, we're going to apologise. I am going to apologise for not covering the league as much as I should have. Barely did anything this year, and I hope to do more in the coming years. Anyway, let's go through what structure the Women's Super League North went through during the 2022 season. So who was competing in the Group 1 and Group 2? Well, the badges are in front of you, but Huddersfield Giants, Leeds Rhinos, St Helens, Wigan Warriors and York City Knights was a 5-team Group 1, while in Group 2 there was a 7-team group with Barrow Raiders, Bradford Bulls, Castleford Tigers, Featherstone Rovers, Lee Miners Rangers, Wakefield Trinity and Warrington Wolves competing in the second in the second group. They set up like this initially as the league increased the number of participants by 2, from 10 to 12, with Barrow Raiders and Lee Miners Rangers being promoted to the Super League after finishing first and second respectively from the Women's Championship in 2021. However, the structure of the league had changed, with the league being split into 2 groups, a structure based on a playoff and a shield structure used in the second half of the 2021 season. The RFL explained the split as they giving the players for the clubs for Group 1 challenging fixtures in the running to the World Cup, while allowing the clubs in Group 2 the opportunity to develop and play clubs in more competitive matches. However, in April 2022, the RFL acceded to the request from Castleford for the club to be placed in Group 2, thus changing the structure with Group 1 containing 5 clubs and Group 2 with 7 clubs. This is how Group 2 ended, with Warrington Wolves winning the league leaders trophy as they won 12 out of their 12 games that they played. Barrow Raiders came second with 9 wins out of their 12 games, while Featherstone Ladies were 8 wins. So they were the 3 that were in contention for promotion to the Group 1. Bradford Bulls, Lee Miners Rangers, Castleford Tigers and Wakefield Trinity all completed the league season after what was a grueling 12-round campaign for 2022. Playoffs came around after that, and it was Warrington Wolves who get an automatic bye through to the final at Langtree Park, while Barrow Raiders face Featherstone Rovers in a semi-final played the week before, and both games were going to be shown on the Our League app. Like in other playoff formats that Rugby League have, the higher finishing team in the regular league season gets preferential treatment, and Barrow Raiders face Featherstone at Craven Park in Barrow. But it was the Rovers that came away with the victory, 12 points to 10, in a closely fought game. Both sides had the measure of the halves, with Frank Copley scoring twice either side an Ellie Lamb try for the Featherstone 12 points in the first half, before Barrow Raiders came back into it. A good crowd at Craven Park saw Claire Hutchinson get over on the 50th minute when Charlotte Todd Hunter scored on the 61st minute. Unfortunately for Barrow, they weren't able to add to the scoring, and also Jodie Liverland could only convert one of the two conversions. So it was Featherstone who was off to Langtree Park, with Warriors and Wolves awaiting for them. I'll go on to show you that a little bit later on with a little bit of highlights from the game in the Betfred Women's Super League Shield match. For the moment, let's turn our attention to the Women's North Group 1, as all roads lead to Langtree Park, as the grand final winners will be lifting the new Super League Women's North trophy up at the home of St Helens. So, how did the league go for the year? Well, the league was entirely dominated by the York City Knights ladies team, as they won 7 of their 8 games, which meant that St Helens had to be happy with second place after winning all the trophies last year. Leeds Rhinos, last year's grand finalists, got 3rd place in the league, but Wigan didn't have the best of years, unfortunately. That's mostly due to this year being a regrowth of the club, with plenty of young talent coming through the ranks. Huddersfield Giants didn't have the best of seasons, as they were winless throughout the season. But fortunately, there's no relegation this year, and it will be going to a 6-team league in 2023. Come the end of the season, there was a playoff picture that we could all see, and with preferential treatment, York City Knights faced Wigan Warriors, while St Helens, who finished second, faced Leeds Rhinos. Saints were looking to defend their crown, as they were grand final winners as well, as they won all 3 trophies, as well as a Challenge Cup this year in 2021. York were met by a gritty Wigan side in the semi-final, which was played at Headingley as part of a double header, and they just got across the line with a 12 points to 4 victory, despite it being 0-0 at half-time. Savannah Andrade went over first before Kelsey Gentles went over to complete in the corner. Tara Jane Stanley converted 2 of the attempts that she had, one of which was a penalty that York won. But Wigan gave York a little bit of a momentary pause at whether they were going to win or not, as Lauriane Bevan, the recent French import, had scored for the Wigan side. The other semi-final was just as competitive, as Leeds Rhinos came out victorious over St Helens, ending St Helens' reign. Is that an omen? We'll see. Anyway, it was Saints that did gas on the board first of all, when Rebecca Rotherham sent Rachel Woozy bursting through a gap to score the first try of the game, but Beth Stotts wasn't able to convert the try. But back came Leeds in the second half. It was 7 minutes after the restart, Courtney Winfield-Hill sending Sophie Robinson over on the left touchline for an unconverted try, for her first of 2. Then Saints got a penalty, which Stott converted to give Saints a 6 points to 4 lead, before a crossfield Winfield-Hill kick was able to get past the Saints' defence and sat up perfectly for Robinson to score. There was enough time at the end of the game for Zoe Hornby to crash over the try line to put some gloss on the score, and Courtney Winfield-Hill converted for the 14 points to 6 victory. So that leaves us with two grand finals, a double header at the Totally Wicked Stadium, where we see York City Knights face off against Leeds Rhinos for the grand final trophy, while the Group 2 Shield grand final will be played between Warrington Wolves and Featherstone, with the winners of that game being promoted to the Group 1. Let's see how both teams went on. We'll begin with the Shield. And it was Featherstone that got on the scoring first, as Jessica Dodds got over the try line, with Samantha Watt scoring the conversion. Amy Johnson rumbled her way over, with Michelle Davis scoring. Danny Bound then went over from close range after her winger was held up. Just a quick pick up and dive over, and the experienced halfback got past. Bound with a second of the game extended the lead to 16 points to 6. But after the kick didn't go out and was fielded by the Featherstone winger, returning the ball, it was Amy Daniels who was sent to the sin bin for a hair pull. She tried to use their opponent's hair to slow down the ruck. Seen by the referee, and she had to go sit down for 10 minutes. This didn't deter Warrington in the least, as Emily Bagley goes over the try line and the centre does really well, power over, and Davis converts once more. Half-time was 22 points to 6, and after half-time it was Lauren Roberts who spun her way over for Davis to convert once again. A great break from Georgia Sutherland, using her power and strength, and she's been prolific all season to score underneath the post for Davis to convert to make it 34 points to 6 to Warrington and the victory. The Wire set about their victory celebrations, ecstatic as they were, as promotion is theirs. Warrington go into Group 1 with a 34 points to 6 victory over Featherstone Rovers. Warrington may run rampant, but Featherstone will be back stronger next time out. Now it's time for highlights for the main event. York City Knights versus Leeds Rhinos. The league leaders Shield winners are in the Knights, and last year's finalists Leeds Rhinos trying to go one better this time out. If progression is the sign of things to come, then we should see a very, very good game. A strong carry by Leeds finds them in the York 10 metre line, and a short ball by Courtney Winfield Hill found Caitlin Beavers, who went over for the first try of the game. Just a simple play, short ball, and then the England fullback, centre, winger, whatever she wants to play, goes over the try line to score the opening try of the game. And it's the Rhinos that are in the lead, and Courtney Winfield Hill adds the extras to make it 6-0. And in the second half, it's his Beavers that gets above Kelsey Gentles, but the ball goes to Beavers once again, and she goes over the try line for the second try of the game to the Leeds Rhinos. It's looking one-way traffic at this point, 50 minutes out, and only 10 points scored, and it was Beavers, the star of the show so far. Converted by Winfield Hill yet again, but then a great run by Wood sees her take 3 Leeds players with her. She's landing on her stomach, so it's a fast play of the ball and one player out of position. And then it's a great run by Peach, who goes over the try line. Great effort by the York acting halfback, and York are back into the game. It's a great effort from the acting halfback. Shows her dummy, waits, sees a gap and bursts through it, and she has enough pace and enough know-how to get across that try line. York are ecstatic. Can they get back into it? but everything is just slowing down at this point. York know that the clock's on their side. With only a minute to go, 10 seconds. The Leeds are ecstatic, and with the slow play of the ball, there's full time. And Leeds can celebrate a grand final win. Caitlin Beavers scoring a double. And the celebrations ignite. Well done to Leeds Rhinos. Is this a sign for their dominance in 2022? A great win for Leeds. 12 points to 4 in the grand final at Langtree Park. There were some injuries, some pains, and lots of upset during the season, but third place Leeds win the Betfred Super League North for the women's grand final. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on the episode in the comment section below. I know about the John Bateman bit. It was just me playing about a little bit, but it's a way that Rugby League are looking at it at the moment. Any way to get their best players playing. Now, I know that the Scotland game is played at the day before the England versus Fiji game friendly, so it'll be a bit difficult if it's named in both squads to be involved in them. I know, so he will miss the Samoa game. I'm just seeing if you're paying attention. Anyway, tell me what your thoughts are on the entire video. First of all, Warrington's women getting promoted to Group 1, joining the elite teams. Good luck to them. Congratulations to York with winning their League Leader Shield, and a fantastic result for Leeds women. Excellent. Bevan French signing the new contract is good for the entire sport. It's exciting. Get off your feet, get off your seats, stand on your feet, applaud type player. We need more of them to boost the identity of Rugby League. Exciting players. He's one of them. Comment section is all yours. Tell me what your thoughts are. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll now wish you all the best. So please stay safe. And I'll see you in the next episode.